Hello and welcome back to Vampire Survivors. I'm Luce, and I'm going to be holding off a bit on my countdown of the games of 2023, but I will still be doing it, rest assured. But I wasn't able to get everything for a night, so instead I'm just going to go ahead and stick to the Vampire Survivors. Now, last time I did get a couple runs in, but not nearly as many as I was hoping. Yes, Imposter Arena. Let's get her right away. Become stronger and briefly invincible after defeating a large amount of enemies. Or an ally. I get it. It does have co-op, so that makes sense. We'd have that there. Okay. Now let's see here. Hide and survive. I'm not gonna go with backcountry again. And rest assured, if it looks like I could beat the Reaper, but I don't, I'm not gonna force it. Let's see here. 20 minutes. I probably want to go with a full 30-minute stage, actually. Let me look for one of these. Inlaid library is always a basic one, but it's all pretty... Yeah, I'll go with basic library. If I don't know what to do, not a bad one. Ooh. Shadow Servant, let's do it. I don't want the spell strand, I think. Life sign. Life sign scan. I'll probably want attack speed up. No, let's just go with more Shadow Servant. I did know crewmate Dino, they made a good bit of it trying to implement the, oh nice. Let's see here, Spell Strike, Mirage Robe, Lifetime Scan. I'm trying to, ooh, Mini Ghost, excellent. Sharp Tongue fires another projectile. Well, let's get Mini Ghost just to make sure I have it. Sharp Tongue. Now this is one of the animations for the imposter killing. Ooh, super mode. I'm invincible just like the character from the expansion. New mini imposter might occasionally stab enemies. Sounds good to me. So basically I just activating the super mode by taking out an ally. May be worth consideration. Interesting. What does it upgrade with again? What does the Pignon upgrade with again? Oh yeah, I'm usually not a fan of cursed items, but this stage I actually feel confident in my ability to perform it. Best ASAP. Oh, it's got a good A. Oh yeah, this feels good. Allegedly offers better moral support, but I imagine I have to upgrade the weapon, so nah. And the music always goes on. Friend mode. It looks like good actually. I'll upgrade the mini imposter. Like Dino's grade where you basically get to a particular enemy every few seconds. Better moral support. Ah, nice. Sharp tongue, base damage up. I think I discussed it a bit earlier, but oh, guys. I haven't actually played Among Us myself, believe it or not. I've actually only watched streamers I enjoy play it. And the funny thing is, that was back in 2019, I think. The game itself actually came out in 2018. I imagine that's probably going to come a little weird since most probably know it from 2020. But yeah. Took the devs by surprise, that was for sure. They've added quite a bit to it since. I haven't been keeping up with it though, since nobody I know still plays, and the streamers I watched play it have since moved on to other stuff. I do get it. That's kind of why I want a single game too much on myself. And I guess the title here. Spread it out. But apparently this is the game that I just brought up. Well, no, I brought up this, but this is the... Alright, so long story short, I actually wanted to play tabletop a while back because I was worried I'd ruin it. Here. Why not? New or old, which real. I'm only just stuff nice super mode. Projectile speed. Excellent. Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah. My understanding, Pathfinder itself started because it's started from indie release version, but people preferred the third version, so one group basically went, and so they did. I know there's a 2E right now, but our GM is only really experienced with first edition. I can't make any opinions because I'm not loyal to what we're using. I can say it works, I haven't had any major issues, but I guess I'm too inexperienced to have a valid opinion there, I guess. But yeah. This is the bracer. I can put Millionaire if I want. By the bracer, but I guess I can go for Millionaire. Go after the recon round if we're honest. Not after last time. Well, I guess it's fine as long as I get those upgrades, but I'm not feeling. Let's see here. Yeah, my stats are all... Yeah, all my stats went up to the super mode. I'm pretty sure I'm invincible now. I rammed a number of enemies and didn't take damage. So when I put together my character, I basically made the whole mantra be keep it simple. I wanted a spellcaster, but wizard used hard components and stuff, which made me wonder a bit, so... Then I found sorceries, like a rather simple and straightforward one. And again, I did have a friend and the GM help me put it all together as well. They were a huge help. Ended up just going with a full theme. Not these, please. You know what, Clover. Let's just go all in on the millionaire. Oh, and since the passive slot are filled, I can grab these safely. Oh, but I can't upgrade the Shadow Servant anymore. Whoops. Well, not a big deal. If I get Gemini, I won't even need it. If I can get the Gemini upgrade later, I won't even need it, so... I went with, yeah. I'm pretty sure I discussed this in previous stream, but I guess since I explicitly said one is going to be bringing up, Pathfinder things, I should be clear, but... yeah. Excellent. Excellent. Of the life science hand. Alright. I went with Elemental Bloodline Sorcerer. Keeps wanting to send me Santa water, so you know what? Alright, let's do it. So, Elemental Bloodline Sorcerer. I went with water for focus on cold damage. And it's pretty heavily focused on that. Even the Bloodline spells force all to be cold damage. Which is fine. I figure clear strengths and weaknesses make it easy to work around. And indeed, that has been the case. Ah, wonderful. Flames of Misspell. Ah, nice. Report. Protect the bearer. Hello, Stargazer. Bird work on the stream. Sorry, I got a bit distracted after the, Oh, excellent. Flash arrow. That's exactly what I was after. I got a bit distracted here because, Vampire Stars is pretty good at taking your attention. Duplicator. Okay, yeah, mount is good. Report. Oh my, that's a lot of bats. Alright, so let's see here. I was in the middle of, I guess I was at the start. Sorry, so the Pathfinder team has, here. Me as the sorcerer, the main part, basically. Oh, nice. Super mode. I have an Oracle, which to my understanding is basically a cleric or paladin, except instead of you choosing the god chooses you. Let's see here. Another is an alchemist. Here. Basically the sciencey focus caster, and the last one is a shifter. Basically a shapeshifter. Ooh. Imposter Tongue. Evolve Sharp Tongue deals high damage to the strongest enemy and anything in its path. Excellent. Sounds like fun. Oh, wow. Nice. That's just a beam. And, of course, references the murder cutscene in the game. Let's see here. Shifters, as the name suggests, is shapeshifter. Excellent. Takes on different forms based on the situation. I don't know much about them. The one on our team seems to be a jack of all trades of sorts. Oh, excellent. Upgraded to the paranormal scan. Permanently will grant me stats for the remainder of the run every few seconds. That's a good one to get upgraded early, and this is 11 minutes out of 30. That's early. Fair. I guess for people more familiar with tabletop stuff, my GM basically told me that a shifter is pretty much a druid without magic. I don't know much about it beyond that. I didn't pick druid myself because while it did have some neat stuff, I was also worried it might be a little complicated. Oh, wonderful. Alright, let's see here. Fire. No. No. Gemini. Oh, Gemini applies the tongue. Okay, let's do it. Oh, wow, that's really looking fun already. Let's just max out report for now. Let's get finish up Bracer so that it removes itself from the pool. Excellent. I'm pretty sure I need to upgrade everything to get the Millionaire, so I'll do just that. Just do another Santa Water, that's fine. Let's see here. Let's see here. Probably better to focus the Santa Water so that's an attack. Plus it can be upgraded later. I need to upgrade all the crossbow weapons to unlock all the characters. Should be rather straightforward, I think. I guess we're at the point where everyone's revealed their backstories, so I can kind of reveal that for everyone. Okay, so my character. Elemental Bloodline Sorcerer, Water Focus. She was taken at a young age and treated as an experiment for most of her life in hopes of discovering a cure for a plague at the time that went there, and... Oh, hello, Deox, welcome to the stream. I was just telling everyone about our little team. Oh, crap. Oh. How you doing? I'm doing fine. Oh, excellent, upgraded. Enjoying the Seuss Among Us, while also telling everyone about how Seuss our team is. I'll search out. Oh, thank you. Flash Arrow is probably a good one to go for. Excellent, super mode active. Oh yeah, I'm just cleaving through all these guys. Free luck. Alright, so let's see here. I forgot where my place. I know I haven't only just started. Let's see here. Really, I haven't gotten any global absorbing ones yet. That's some rotten luck. I kind of need those. Yeah, the tongue applying to Gemini is absolutely incredible. Then again, Gemini is ridiculously overpowered if you're using any of the weapons that it applies to. That's kind of its intent. Pretty much doubles your amount. and continues to double for the more you get. Oh yeah, this super mode is pretty satisfying to use. Backstory. Honestly, that backstory info mine I learned back Felix. I thought your character already mentioned that. But I don't mind if you want to share it. I mean, you're a member. I mean, I don't mind revealing if one of the actual members of the team is here. I mean, on Tuesday I mentioned that Kishi was our Oracle. Not the full thing? In that case, I say just give what you revealed, because excellent, the millionaire. It's based on money obtained. I only mentioned some stuff. Okay, well, don't feel the need to here. We still have our big thing coming up after all. I'm gonna probably be doing a slight recap of the story. Not the whole detail like we do in the session, though, of course. Kind of just, as something to talk about. Unless you'd rather I don't, of course. If you'd rather I not. Well, if you want, sure. I was just gonna give a simple backstory on each character involved. Like, mine was a former experiment who, wants, basically, darn, that's a lot of levels. Basically wanted to find work and companions, but she's not very good socially, so... And that's what led to her running into the team. Let's see here, discussing his Oracle. His Oracle was caught up in an... Let's see here. I believe it was a mining accident and was sucked into a portal to the plane of water where he was transformed into an Oracle. Well, the dragon got there, yeah. Let's see. You know what? Always big coin bag. I feel like taking a risk here because the more I get, the stronger millionaire is. And to my understanding, you can correct me here. Your shapeshift. Oh, I'm getting frame drops. That's why. Hold on. Let me see if I can fix that. Let me, yeah, I'm dropping frame rate. This fixes it. Let me try something else. Alright, let's see if that works. Alright, let's see if this works any. At least the good news is this gives me a good idea of how well the frame rate's working. No, I'm dropping frames again. Let me try something else here real quick. Alright, see you later, critics. The wolf of many names. Alright, let me get this done here. Get. There we are. This should make getting money a little easier. Okay, that's not too far away. Okay, money obtained. Yeah, I should have gotten the millionaire during my during my 4-hour Reaper battle run, because this thing gets more powerful the more money you have, and I was getting money like no tomorrow. Granted, when I start buying upgrades, those start going really quick, so it's hard to say. Let me heal this up here. Okay, good. Super mode. This should make cleaving through these guys a lot easier. Oh, nice. You know, it took me way too long to realize that when you have the Gemini upgrade on the fire here, and it's firing out both ends, it took me more longer than I cared to admit to realize what it was supposed to be implying. Alright, looks like the frame rate's stabilized. Alright, that's good. So that did work. It just took a bit to take effect. Alright, good. Ooh, weapon selection. Clockwork Lancet. Here we are. Alright, so let me just recap the characters a bit, since I guess the frame rate drops made it troublesome. So my character, Elemental Sorcerer, it was a former experiment and escaped now, and then decided to seek out work and actual friends. And that's what got her to meet up with the team. Our Oracle was caught in an accident, a mining accident, that teleported to a plane of water where one of the dragon gods there turned them into an oracle. Shifter, a former slave who seeks to save what remains of his family. Alchemist. Oh, excellent. Alchemist. He doesn't have too complicated backstory, but he hasn't given me too many details now that I think about it. All we know is that he used to work at a shop of some kind, but has since left to join adventures. Also, he blows things up. He absolutely loves explosions. Oh, wonderful. I don't need Mad Groove anymore. Or do I? Yes, I do. Oh, wonderful. Yeah, Mad Groove is fun. speaking, our team is on the neutral line, so not really good or evil intent. Although obviously I know that's up to interpretation. Like, my character's antisocial, she really helps people who help her, so some have argued she's actually a bit more evil than good, or neutral. And I'm not really going to argue that, since I'm not in 100% exactly on a lot of these things. Now granted, we had some fun at various points, that's for certain. Oh, nice. Like early on, when our shifter decided to bribe the guards to find out who takes the most prize. And our oracle being very bitey if people got too close. Oh, wonderful. This is what I need. Infinite corridor. I can read I don't. This thing deals percentage damage, so yeah. Oh yeah. Super imposter mode. It feels so good to have max to attract orbs so I can get most of these as I go by. When we first started our adventure, we were asked to investigate some oasis where there seemed to be something being built. We had trouble figuring out what it was, that's for sure. At the time, all we found was remains of barracks, and it's kind of, there was a murder on note there, and we actually managed to talk our way out of it. Apparently, it was by someone the same species as our shifter, but we were able to talk our way down. Since there was no evidence of such. We still had to deal with some who did think it was him later, but that's something we do over time. Our campaign mostly takes place in a desert area, which of course means I was very smart using a water-focused character, right? It did end up in a forested area. Then our team pissed off the Fae, and I imagine anyone familiar with that will go, that might be interesting. It was definitely a trip, but we were able to work something out. Another was transformed as some sort of horned fox. It was really weird. But I decided, since my character wanted to escape her past to begin with, that was kind of a big reason for, going across the sea for her new work and friendship, then she decided to stick with it. And she actually got the ability to make fairy contracts of her own, which ended up becoming relevant, but not until way, way later in the story. This early on, it was just nice trivia. Here we go. Mad Groove will ensure everything important is going to come to me, so I don't need to worry too much. Looks like I have a pretty good imposter game. Anyway. Let's see here. The thing about the Feywild we were talking for a while, however, a lot of stuff happened behind the party members' back. Like, for my example, my character got pulled into a contract with the Kelpie of all things, those being horse-looking fairy creatures that like to drown contract one of those is bad. For some reason, I felt my character would be ambitious and want the power offered. So, she ended up doing that. Our Oracle star ended up finding a similar artifact, finding an artifact, a head, and it gave him the power of someone he simply knew was not Layla. It would only be much later in the campaign we'd learn that actually not Layla, which if Shin Megami Tensei, Lovecraftian lore, and pretty much every piece of fiction that uses him has taught me anything, that's probably not for the best, but our Oracle trusted him very strongly. I guess it's a kind of abusive relationship there, if you want me to be blunt. Because the whole time, our Oracle's very much in a case of, oh yeah, I know he's technically classified as chaotic evil, but I can fix him. Which, we did later confirm technically that would be possible, but let's say I didn't have hopes up. But yeah, when you're in a, the reason I call it an abusive relationship is because he was always friendly around the Oracle very specifically, and even pointed out to himself that he can be adaptable. So he was very much encouraging the identity mindset, which it's not this deity of trickster stuff. I get the sense that was because he knew he'd have no trouble tricking the thinking he's changed ways when he actually hasn't. It's absolutely something I have to be careful of. I'm sure if he was here, he'd point out he did damn near everything there. Or he shouldn't have ate food, touched basically everything around. But he seemed to have a good time at it. So I guess it was a good thing. Alright, and let's see here. Oh yes, our alchemist. Don't think he was left behind. Long story short, he was able to bake a cake, but was also a bomb. And it was a whole thing. Aw, nothing to buy. It was even edible at the cost of it, so did everything else. So that was an adventure. We blew up the Fairy Queen, which impressed her enough that we managed to get our way out of that. So that's nice. But of course, the interesting part is my character ended up getting a very interesting artifact. It was before we left. But long story short, it has a name, but our team has been calling it the Wobbly because it basically gave me access to wild magic. And it has some hilarious stuff in there, that's for sure. There we are. Alright, let's go ahead and leave. New achievement, survive with Imposter Arena. And of course, evolve it. We've now unlocked Engineer. Now, where's our Engineer? Megalo Imposter Arena. Ah, I'm not the imposter. Okay, so basically this is the same thing as Megalo, Actually, all the super modes seem to be classified as Megalo now that I look at it. Mania, Megalomania, and now Suyuto, Megalo, okay, so yeah, all the super modes are Megalo. Good to know. Engineer, buy. Chooses an extra passive weapon at levels 2, 12, and 22. Gino, Rena, Lino, Nino, Pina, Mina. Nice names, I guess. And just a horse. What comes in your favorite color? Guaranteed. I don't need to play as Ghost Lino since I already unlocked the next character thanks to the scan. So Gino is next. I don't know what their weapon does exactly. So I'm going to go with some player with like the Mad Forest. Let me grab a sip of my drink here. Alrighty. So, regarding the wild magic, I've actually been keeping track of all the rolls I've gotten, and I've actually gotten a decent amount so far. No ducks among us. Nice. I'm tempted to do with Dairy Plant instead, because I haven't done that one too much yet, but I hesitate if we're honest, largely because enemies there are fairly durable. They're, technically speaking, they're less numerous, but more individually powerful than previous stages. I could go with Gala Tower, but it's easier to find weapons that attack horizontally than vertically, in my opinion. I guess let's go with here and play as Engineer. Building a dispenser! Ooh. Electrical. Remember that one was a common one for people to die with. Ooh, I like this. Alright, that's hilarious. Oh wow, I get a lot of rerolls, it skips and... Oh, that's wonderful. Alright, so I get a new passive of my choice. I think getting the crown immediately will do a lot to help. But no, Attract Orb. This basically guarantees I can get whatever I need immediately. But I did notice it won't let me pick the tiny... Sharp Tongue. Tempting. But I'm not going... Oh, Prismatic Missile. Yes, please. I like this. I know everyone else is like pissed off at how much of a pain in the ass this stuff is. Duplicator, please. Lucky Swipe. Base area up. Oh wow, bigger card. Yeah, this is a very horizontal one, and it doesn't hit below me especially well. I love it. Ooh, crown. Yes, please. If the earlier I get this, the faster I can level up and get everything else I need. Lucky Swipe. Damage up. Nice. I was just smacking that bat around. So, basically, yeah. Out of the Feywilds, pretty much everyone got an upgrade. The Shapeshifter got some new form, got a new form. The cake that was also a bomb got turned into a familiar for the alchemist. Of course, me and the Oracle got our relic weapon, our relic items. We got... From there, it was some business as usual, though our shifter did get captured at one point. Don't worry, we were able to rescue him. Spinach. Lucky Swipe. Mini Engineer might occasionally electrocute enemies. Oh, nice. Gives me a free... Okay, that's... I really like these minis, that's for sure. You know what? Yes, Summon Knight. The Summon Knight is definitely one that doesn't seem too impressive on paper until it starts getting upgrades, at which point it starts becoming crazy good. Do I want to risk the pentagram? You know what? Yeah. Four seasons. I don't have enough. Unfortunately, I don't have enough room for that. I might actually, because 22. Yeah, I do get an extra passive of 22 at my choice, and I don't think it's. If it's anything like the others, it is always it can go past the limit. So I'm absolutely in good shape then. Lucky swipe. Spinach. Oh, by firing more projectile, it means more cans. That's hilarious. So it's getting more and more frustrating for our NG here. Ah, well, I'll have to build a dispenser to get all this done. What do you mean this character doesn't build dispensers? Prismatic Missile. Okay, good. Let's see here. I can get 4 seasons now. Excellent. Whoops. Alright, that's fine. Yeah, reducing cooldown should allow me to spam the card a lot more. Here we are. And when our shift was captured, they largely had to get some help from an NPC we were also trying to help at the time. They basically had to sacrifice themselves to save him. I honestly don't know what would have happened otherwise. He'd probably been screwed. A recurring theme is we're trying to end slavery in that particular continent, and so the fact he was caught enslaved was a big problem, especially since after the being Fey-touched has technically made my character and his especially valuable to them. So that's something to be wary of, that's for sure. Empty Tome. Empty Tome to max it out. There we are. Right, I forgot I still had Pentagram. I need to level that ASAP. The more, the better, because as soon as I upgrade it, well... Come on. Really? Wow, they're being really frustrating right now. Fine, crown it is. Prismatic Missile, I guess. I can't let this get deleted by the pentagram. I need to get it immediately. Fine, AoE better. It should make the card big. Yeah, it makes the card bigger, so that should help out. Thing is, the card is explicitly above in the upper half, so I have to be wary of that. It's deleted, but it's fine. I need to get more levels on that pentagram. The higher the levels, the better. by and large, our alchemist likes to keep his head down and only deal with stuff that directly requires his attention. So the good news is he doesn't mess with stuff too often, but he did end up hooking up with another alchemist. But that one's also kind of shady because he's made a lot of questionable inventions, we shall say. And given our own alchemist loves explosions, I can't exactly sit here and claim he's an... But yeah, he did end up finding love there. And, well, as someone to share passions with. Now, our Oracle, what makes him suspicious is that his ultimate goal... Well, his ultimate goal is to ascend into godhood, which, is a little iffy to start with, but not too bad until you remember that one of the people who's helping him is Nyarlathotep, which is kind of, adds a whole level of sus there. Oh, and that's not the fun part. Wait until I get to the fact that he also made a deal with Ithaqua, the Lovecraftian, oh, darn it. The Lovecraftian Yeti, yeah, as another person to help him out with his ascension. So that's gonna be kind of a thing to worry about, right? Oh dear. More Summon Knight, yeah. I should probably get something to help me out here. Actually, if I could get the med bay, that'd be ideal, but it's a lot. That's a lot of RNG, if we're honest. Pentagram. Well, it's fine. More levels means less likely to delete later. More levels now means less likely to delete later. And that is absolutely going to be essential. Thing is, I probably should have got... Honestly, I probably should have grabbed Garlic. I know it's kind of a huge debate over whether or not it's actually any good, but... Oh, good. Great, it didn't delete anything. Interestingly, at one point we did find a mysterious Lich Temple. A Lich was seeking God of their own, but apparently it's because they've been undead for so long, they've lost emotion and such, and they want to achieve a form that will allow it. So, our team decided, why not make them mortal again? That was, rather suspicious. This led us to a vampire mansion. Apparently it's lightly Castlevania-inspired. But in this case, it was led by a vampire queen. Weirdly, for some reason... And, okay, here's where my character starts getting sus. If the, if the, Wabbajack, Wellick, and Faye contract didn't already do it for you, she ended up falling in love with the vampire queen. Although, granted, being made of water and also a Fae creature... Oh, wonderful. Ooh, nice. Yeah, the Vampire Queen can't do anything to my character, long story short. Even the Vampire Domination doesn't work anymore, apparently. Yeah, the power that Kelpie gave was the ability... It was turning very body into water. Ooh, nice. Which is actually apparently a power that elemental sorcerers get to become an elemental of their particular element. So I'm guessing that's why the GM thought it would be perfectly fun to make that one of the words on offer. Of course, it did take a while to actually control the water body after that, because as it turns out, when you're a liquid, it's very difficult to remain solid. Without turning to ice, but well, first of all, I don't think she actually tried that, but even if she did, ice can't move, so... Life Science Scan I kind of want, but I really need to start working on my weapon levels. Yeah, if we're honest, I should probably get Garlic or something just as an important keep away. Even the Holy Bibble would be nice. I have cooldown reduction, so it would be up almost permanently. I gotta be ready. The 11-minute Skelly Boy rush is coming. I have more than enough damage to handle it. No worry, it's just, I would rather some more keep away stuff, you know? Oh, wonderful. Nothing was deleted. Oh, wonderful. What's the upgrade here? Crossed wires. Evolve Lucky Swipe. Attacks in up to 4 directions. Ooh. Now, this looks neat. Yeah, referencing wires, the wires mini-game you play. I was wondering about the mini-games in Among Us for a while, until after a bit it clicked, and I see. They're to take your attention, so that you can't always be watching your back. They're simple mini-games, they're not difficult, but they're just tricky enough, you have to actually watch them. You can't just do your own thing. You can't just watch for the imposters and stuff while doing it. You have to actually focus on the mini-game. For better or worse. Let's do it. King Bibble. Yeah, this is pretty good, actually. It's basically a death wall. Bronze Finger. I do need to max out the XP gain. Golden Finger. Darn. Oh well. Should probably get the King Bibble up here. That's a lot of levels, actually. 4 seasons does need to go up, but I should probably get Candelabra just to make sure it gets... There, now it's out of the upgrade pool. Listed also emit, affected by a mountain magnet. Let's go with it. Sounds good to me. Excellent. Four seasons. Eventually, our team did actually find a way to a mysterious library outside of time and space. It's a bit of a tale, so I probably can't get into all of it, but... Long story short, there was a horde, a dragon's horde. But for information... Just through this, my character was able to finally learn how to properly control her body, when to be solid, when to be liquid, all of that. Let's see here. Oh yeah, the mysterious Castlevania castle was also a dragon. I said dragon horde. Horde, as in like treasure. Also, oh, welcome to the stream. Just recapping my Pathfinder adventures while also playing the crossover. We'll always go with floor chicken if I'm low HP, because I actually want to win this run. I don't think I'm going to have issues, but it's worth playing it safe, I guess. I get what you're going there. Perhaps that was the wrong way to word it then. Perhaps, I don't know. I'm jumping around what events happen in the story. This was actually quite a bit before the Vampire Mansion where that happened. Then again, I guess it's always gonna be suspicious when my character has a contract with the Fae for power and then gets herself a vampire girlfriend. That's probably a sign that something's up. Then again, and the Vampire Queen was actually not a particularly awful person, as long as, you know, as long as you don't do something to intentionally piss her off. There we are. Yeah, I really need to upgrade the pentagram. Sooner that upgrades, the better. This is... The risk of losing items is just way higher than it should be right now. I appreciate how the wires here are basically screen clear. I like it. I think basically every expansion so far has had weapons that I just really feel good about. I mean, even though I'm kind of back and forth on a couple from the Lake of Ascari expansion, they were still interesting additions, at the very least. Stuff I want to try out on here and there. Well, the good news is we were able to find a mysterious ritual that gave us the information we needed to perform a special ritual to restore the Lich to mortal form. It wasn't perfect, but they were indeed a living, breathing creature again, and that was pretty neat, something thought to be impossible. And no, the Vampire Queen did not wish to change. She seemed to like who she was. We asked her what the difference was, and she says it's probably because of being a Lich, by definition, requires removing the soul for a Flachiary. While for her, something similar to soul is still inside of her. I don't know how that works, but again, it could just be the story there. Ooh, weapon selection. What do I want? What do I want? Ooh, what looks good? What looks good? Oh, actually, what I want that has no upgrades. I could go with garlic again to make freezing easier, but... Honestly, sand and water might not be a bad option, so let's go with that. I don't dislike the Lumiere. In fact, it's a genuinely great weapon. I love it. It's just that I would have liked the... Yeah, okay, good. I didn't delete anything. Okay, good. This might have it. Okay, yeah, that's what I wanted. Thank you. It means I have to wait on the upgrade to the Four Seasons, but that's fine. The Four Seasons isn't the one that concerns me. Excellent, I can upgrade the Labora soon, too. I guess if anyone who does play Pathfinder, our Oracle's mystery is Dragon, so he gets a number of perks based off that. I think eventually he'll even get a dragon form he can shift into. Because I guess we're just going to be a team of people who changed in one way or another, and also are alchemists. Come on. This should upgrade the... Yep. There we go. The Godai Shuffle. Excellent. Now let's see what else. Well, we did find out our characters are wanted and have bounties on our head by one of the guilds. Not all of them follow it, so not all of them are going to be after it, rest assured, but it's rather surprising, because we did eventually find out who put out the hit on us, and it's quite possibly the one we haven't pissed off, if we're honest, because our team has definitely been a mixed bag. through here. There. Here. Speaking of which, because our Oracle's goal requires getting deities as effectively sponsors. Oh, nice. Labora. Sponsors for his Ascension. This does mean we've run into quite a few. I mean, I think I mentioned, I was getting into it, but yeah, the Vampire Mansion is where we finally met Nyarlathotep, and we found out about his shitty relationship. See, none of us could actually see him or interact with him because he was entirely in the Oracle's artifact headband and this whole time, and we never knew. You could only interact until there, where he finally was able to show up due to situations there. Let's see here. Oh yeah, we also managed to piss off the god Set. For those unfamiliar with the Egyptian pantheon, rest assured he is classified as neutral evil, which I believe is which I've seen referred to as the asshole alignment, and that certainly seems the case. Basically, we end up fighting a Sphinx, which first of all was a surprise because to our understanding of the world there, those creatures are supposed to be extinct. But most importantly, while we did win the fight, each set was able to teleport in and demand compensation. So yeah, my personal speculation is it was actually a trick the entire time, and he was trying to take our Oracle spot. One of the spots of the Oracle's table, so to speak. But he didn't want to just be one member, he wanted to basically become the one. He wanted to basically turn our Oracle into his Oracle, long story short, if I want to wager. But ours didn't agree to that. Simply chose to sever Nyla, and promised that Nyla will one day find love again, to which Nyla basically spat his face. Well, it's never easy to leave it's never easy to leave an abusive relationship. Yeah. Sometimes circumstances have to help. Because otherwise, you have to rely a lot on people you can trust, and it's difficult to know who to trust when you're in a situation like that. I'm no expert, of course, but by all means, it's something worth looking up if you want. Because holy crap, that guy was horrible to our Oracle. I do not make that comparison lightly. But I suppose given who it is, it shouldn't be surprising that was how it turned out. Regardless. Part of me thinks Set might have actually unknowingly done us a favor, but of course, none of us will ever say that to his face. The big major story beat we're preparing for that I briefly mentioned when our shifter was in the chat was that we're preparing to bust one of those slave auction things. While technically legal in the continent still, there are still regulations and stuff as to who can actually be bought and sold, and we have information that there may be illegal, for lack of a better term, major quotation marks, merchandise here. It's not ideal, but we're hoping we can sneak in and bust them. Naturally, we have ways to do that without a fight, but given everything about the game, I'm willing to bet money that it's not going to be easy and we'll have to be fighting at some point. Luckily, we all have our contingencies, and we've actually but this is a big event that we've basically spent several levels preparing for, including while doing other quests, so this is not something to take lightly. Out of bounds, no. Waltz of Pearls, I don't have any of these. Oh, but good to know the Party Popper applies. The hat thing applies. Silent Old Sanctuary. Let's re-roll here. No, thanks. I do not have anything that benefits from Gemini, unfortunately. 3 bounces. I don't have any of those. Heart of Fire. Light sources explode, and I explode when damaged. Tempting, that's for sure. Nice that the Prismatic has all elements access, though. Let's get Fire. I guess there is one scene that was worth bringing up that happened actually very recently. And I guess it's kind of a microcosm of the whole story to be so far in general. Because, long story short, the vampire girlfriend asked permission to use the Wabbajack. It's a bit tricky since artifacts sometimes reject people who aren't chosen, so of course my character decided to do so decided to help to make sure nothing went awry. And, well, 2 things happened. For one, our vampire was changed to be less vampire. Not mortal, but she's no longer harmed by sunlight, holy ground, or that sort of thing. And doesn't... Well, she still drinks red things, so I guess blood is still on the menu. But the other is, Aura of Lust was cast, and everyone in the building was felt with a compulsion of horny. My character was not exempt, but she was at least able to resist long enough to just get the hell out of there. And something tells me I don't want to go back. We just briefly took a look at the place the next day and found it was closed down, so... Suffice to say, we must never go back there. We just have to hope they all get hungover, exhausted, or whatever, and wonder if it was all one big dream. Yeah, it's equal parts both the sweet, because a vampire ended up with redemption, and, but also horrifying because, that was mind control stuff. Still, my character was able to get out of her contract with the Kelpie, but naturally the Kelpie was not willing to let her go without a fight. I later learned that it was a really bad idea it's a really bad idea to duel a Kelpie, because apparently they have a mind control ability that is actually quite dangerous. You see, what I've noticed is that a lot of compulsion or mind control spells, if they make you do something that's actually dangerous, so, like get attacked or fall off a cliff, you will typically, even if you failed the save to get mind control, you'll usually get another to avoid getting yourself killed. The Kelpies does not have that. If you get taken over, there is nothing you can do to avoid getting killed, even if that is the Kelpie's desire. They can force it on you. My character managed to avoid it because I got a good roll on the will save, and after that, it wasn't even close. My character was just too powerful. The Kelpie stood absolutely no chance. However, the entire fight, pretty much the entire campaign, came down to that will save, as I later found out, because I knew if I failed, well, first of all, I'd die. Yeah. I kind of knew that, and I knew that she might try and steal my powers, but I didn't realize that would also include contracts, which includes the powers of the Wabbajack. Now, the full extent of those perks I've gotten from level ups and slowly mastering it over the time, I won't be listing because, well, it's still... my character hasn't discussed it with the party yet, and I don't want to spoil the surprise if any watch the VOD. But, I will say that it would have offered quite a few perks that the party is incapable of getting around. There could absolutely have been a total party wipe, and that was entirely because of that. I just happened to get lucky that the will save succeeded where it needed to succeed the absolute most. But hey, it worked. My character has been freed. She was actually so overwhelmingly powerful, she was now able to force the Kelpie to work in her service. Now, if it was an even fight and very difficult, she might have just, you know, killed her and avoid to ensure her freedom, but yeah. And freedom definitely has been a recurring theme with my character and her goal. It was a freedom from being trapped as an experiment, freedom from her contract after learning it was just how bad it was, because that Kelpie was absolutely not letting her have any peace. Basically, every session, I was getting mental reminders that I could be drowning someone. There's someone here that's drownable. And obviously, my character was is required to drown in order to keep her into the bargain. Luckily, I was able to do on my terms, specifically drowning foes that try to kill us, specifically drowning prey that is used as game for meat, and all that nice stuff, but that can only last for so long. It had to be removed. And technically speaking, my character did have the option to steal the Kelpie's power for herself and absorb her, and like she was going to do to me, but I felt in the end she'd rather stick to freedom both for herself and for the Kelpie, just because that made the most sense. And of course, that probably gives you an idea of why she's interested in busting this slave. You know? Even though she's usually not the type to stick her neck out for people. Well, first of all, there's people in there who have helped her before, so she has motivation there. And also, well, it's just goes against her theme to allow it, you know? Although, don't get me wrong, she does make sure to remind everyone we can't just be sticking our necks out for everyone who asks for help. We have to be wary of it. Our team is only sometimes heroic. I have to admit, my character, despite how nice my character probably sounds, she does still have a lot of selfish things about her. Like, during at one point when we first met the Lich and fought the seemingly limited army, I was at one point given a choice because a gate was falling down and threatening to crush me and one of our NPC ally friends there. I did actually get a good roll on my reflex save, so I could dodge it, but I was also high enough that I could choose to save the NPC, if I wanted. However, it was not good enough to save both, and it honestly didn't take much deliberation because I knew precisely who I was playing, and she would absolutely have secured her safety before attempting to save anyone else. Naturally, I did get a bit of flack for that choice, and I do respect that not everyone's going to like that. But at the same time, even I'd say it's a bit... Oh, nice. Lucky swipe obtained. Evolve the lucky swipe. Scientist. Nice. Scientist Mina gets minus 10% luck every 10 levels, but can choose a per level bonus every 10 levels, max 5 times. Alright, so basically I'm giving up luck for something else. Let me grab a sip of my drink before I go back in here, then. The card swipe is funny, but it's definitely something I'm going to put under the category of... weapon needs to be upgraded before it's really good, because just the regular card swipe, while hilarious, is not especially amazing. Maybe I will choose a smaller one this time. Then I might not be able to max out my weapons, though, and I kind of want to max out my weapons. No vampires among us. No ghosts, no pirates, no ducks. You know what, let's do it, Dairy Plant. I have no idea what my ability is, so let's find out with the beginning. Ooh. Life sign scan. Oh, I see. I have to actually step on these for it to count. That is mildly annoying. Pento... no. Fandango. Duplicator. I definitely want that attract orb upgrade there, so I'll have to grab that. Science rocks. I thought they explode when enemies got near them. No, but I have to. That is, it is pretty powerful, I'll give it that. I do think the spear was a good idea at this rate, honestly. Silver Wind. Wonderful. Ooh, free level of life sign. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna have a lot of healing this run. That's good. Mini Ghost. Select per level bonus. Start gaining might per level. Alright, so this character can potentially snowball. They are absolutely shit for a money run, however. Don't know why I curse for absolutely no reason. I'm not usually the type to swear like a sailor. But yeah, this character, don't play them if you were after a money run in particular. Science rocks. Mini scientists might occasionally throw science at enemies. Lucky swipe, ooh. You know what, let's do a lucky swipe. I know I'll use garlic or something for the last one. A scientist. Mini Ghost allegedly offers more moral support. Pomerola. Duplicator. Select a per level bonus. Looks like these can stack if I can select the same one. Oh, I can actually counteract the luck penalty if I want. Interesting. Let's go with more projectile speed then. Science rocks. Free mini ghost. Allegedly offers better moral support. Even if it does absolutely nothing, it's still needed for the upgrade, so it's worth my time, I'd argue. Oh yeah, I need to look for the mini engineer too. Spinach is tempting, so let's do it. More damage is good. Here we are, mini engineer. That's precisely what I needed. All right, now let's get the passives here. Other passives here. Yeah, because the sooner I can upgrade the keycard, the better. Alright. Starshifter's a very impulsive person, but I guess that's kind of the intent of the character. He is the kind that lives with absolutely no regrets, putting his heart on his sleeve. He does test the party's patience, but he also is responsible for, you know, he's the one who made the main sacrifice that allowed us to turn the Lich back into a human mortal. The one who, oh, wonderful. He wears his heart on his sleeve. He was also the one who was able to... While we're in Feywilds, we discovered a strange character most of our characters wanted to ignore, but he refused, and in doing so, we found out we managed to do quite a bit for one of the NPCs we'd helped earlier without realizing it. Oh, wonderful. That's good. Now I just need to max out the level on the keycard, and I can get it upgraded. I want 4 seasons, but there's no way I'll be able to upgrade it. So yeah, he's been doing a lot of mini scientist. It's been a mixed bag. Because on one hand, he's done all that helpful stuff. On the other, he's also been extremely impulsive and gotten us into a lot of trouble we had to clean up after. So it's been kind of a mixed bag, but I guess so. There's always going to be a wild card of sorts. Plus, I can't exactly pretend I'm innocent. I mean, I did just admit that my character almost caused a total party wipe. That's not something I'm innocent of. Area is nice. Let's get area. I'm sacrificing all my luck, but in return, I'm getting quite a few valid upgrades. Garlic, that's exactly what I wanted. probably should have upgraded that so I can upgrade the medical chamber right away. Yeah, I really need to get that, Yeah, these minis are really, really great to have, but they eat a lot of space. That should be fine, I think. Yeah, I need that, Yeah, I need the attract orb ASAP. This is just too big of a pain in the ass without it. Mini Ghost. I think I did mention Bar Alchemist hasn't been rocking the boat too much since he keeps himself, which is fine, of course. Some characters just aren't as active. Ooh, nice. I got the upgrade. Paranormal Scan. And I'm going to continue to get upgrades the remainder of the run. Get. Oops, I might actually die here. Lucky swipe. Oh, right, I forgot. The minis go away after you upgrade because they're effectively consumed upon upgrades. I definitely gonna need the mini scientist then, because the sooner I upgrade that and absorb it in, the better. And don't think I haven't noticed, even though the mini L1 got absorbed into the upgrade, the benefits are still coming out, so this is really good this is really good stuff. Granted, I do think I'm eventually going to get to the point where I might have to disable some weapons, just because the more expanses there are, I love all these weapons, but it does mean it's going to be harder and harder to get something specific. Then again, they could always just add well, first of all, they've been upgrading the seals so that I can disable more weapons if I want. And also, let's see here. Ah, here we are. Recovery per level, why not? Okay, what's the upgrade? Rocket Science. Evolved Science Rocks. Triggers the finisher when the right conditions are met. Oh, I know what it wants me to do. Okay, I see here, but in exchange for being a bit more active in the minigame. Interesting. Wings are tempting, but there's also an extra one right there. Alright, so yeah, I still have to step on these in the correct order, but... But when I do in this case, will upgrade. Oh, interesting. Now, this is definitely one of the more complicated weapons they've added, but not necessarily in a bad way. Oh, I can't hit 4 there. Whoops. Duration of weapon effects up. Let's see here. Increases overall at fixed intervals. No. Sorabe of healing. You know what? Let's do it. Enemies are now damaged for the amount I heal, because I have a lot of healing. Let's finish the spinach so it's out of the upgrade pool. Lucky swipe. Okay, good. Start gaining mobility. Oh yeah, that's really good stuff. Excellent wiring done. Crossed wires. Oh yeah, this is easily cutting through all of them. Oops, I messed that up. Don't know why I grabbed that one. Just kind of felt like it, I guess. Max out Pomerolo so it stopped showing up. Garlic is maxed out so it stops showing up in the pool. Yeah, I can't get that, unfortunately. Rocket science. Yeah, I can grab some of those attract orbs that are just naturally on the map as soon as I get everything else. The 15-minute boss is about to get here, and I can get some upgrades with that. The garlic's probably next, since the silver wind's not ready. Oops, I messed that up. Well, not a big deal. It's still damage and all that. Just, I don't get the big finisher. Yeah, I can't get that finisher. I need that. Where is it? I need that. Wings. Not sure what else to bring up, but hopefully if you've been listening in, you know our team is very bizarre. Sometimes we just stumble into the heroic things rather than actually intending to. But I suppose that's rather... Ah, here we are. Soul Leader sounds good to me. Now, where is the orb here? Excellent. Conditions are now met. Excellent. The tracked orb here should be a big help. The golems here are going down pretty quick, but I can't forget, this is a... I always complain that the enemies are very durable here, and that's gonna mostly become true once the big golems start coming in. I guess on that note, the team actually has... Well, yeah. Well, I guess I've known the team has been keeping a lot of secrets from one another. Technically speaking, it was only recently that everyone's backstory was fully fleshed out. Otin completed. Before then, it was usually given the bare basics, character motivations and stuff like that. Here. Okay, good. That's one thing dealt with. Our team doesn't ask, but the funny part is our team didn't ask a lot of questions either, so it was actually extremely easy to hide stuff from one another. Because while we do keep secrets, no one actually asks anything unless it's actually relevant. mean, strictly speaking, nobody knew about my character's contract with the Kelpie until right before I was about to break it, since I figure I should let them know. Because, like I said, I did go in knowing that failure would mean death. I just happened to think that, okay, worst case scenario, she takes some of my power, and the team takes out an enemy who's tough, but a glass cannon. And technically, that's still would have still been true. It's just, again, the staff has a number of perks that have been earned over a while that they can't deal with. Oopsie. I guess I could head over and grab that item. I don't really need it, but I guess more AoE wouldn't hurt. Wow. The rockets are definitely another case of can't see shit, Captain. That curse is absolutely earned. -20-minute boss. There he is. More upgrades. I think that's actually the last one, in fact. Wonderful. Guess I can grab the shield, the armor or something. Alright, note to self, if I want to play the scientist, it has to be on an area that's relatively open so that I can easily do the mini-game. This place isn't too bad, but depending on the stage, it might be a bit more tricky to get it done. Simply because if it's a tight area, as you can see, those buttons can and will spawn in impassable areas. You know what? Mad Groove. Might as well. Oh wow, I'm melting these guys. The Zodiac power is mine. The Silver Ring. Oh yeah, I need to be open to the minigame. No finisher, but can still delete enemies rather well. And since these are in predictable patterns, they're a bit easier to hit. One, two, three, four, five. Ooh, almost messed that up. This is definitely going to be tricky because this game has an epilepsy warning for a reason, and depending on how covered the screen is, you might not be able to use this weapon. Which is a shame because it's a genuinely great one. I really do like it. Requires of just being a little bit more thoughtful than before, since basically you're dropping grenades that you have to actually step on to activate. Final boss at 25 minutes, so we're gonna make it. Well, that was easy. I think I've got a pretty good build going. Now remember, these guys are pretty durable normally, so the fact I'm tearing through them is a pretty good sign. Although granted, I do have the item that buffs me pretty regularly, so... Oh yeah! Oh yeah, plus I chose to have plus might per level. Yeah, everything I chose that gets stronger per level is now getting absurdly better per level. I probably shouldn't have chosen movement speed though, because I'm gonna become basically Sonic and as I learned from the, what's it called? From the run with Dino, if you get too much speed, you actually become uncontrollable. Which is, funny enough, also true of Sonic. Your Zodiac powers are mine. Let's see here. Guess what I'm trying to... I'm trying to think. I could bring up some of the actual rolls I've gotten from the Wabbajack, but while it's technically a bit... it's one the GM... I don't think our GM made it, but I think he got it from someone else who made it. I hesitate to post. Basically what I've been doing is I've been keeping records of all this, and I kind of try and write it from the in-character's perspective. Basically, it's another way to try and get inside the character's head, you know? So it includes various information that I probably shouldn't be showing off, but I can just open and read off from it. because one of the more fun ones was opening a portal to a random location. I actually ended up rolling the place to, I think it was something like called Unknowable Kadaf or something like that. It's basically the home of Nyarlathotep there, which absolutely could have screwed us over, if not for the fact that our Oracle already had him at the time, a deal with him at the time. So I managed to luck out there. There's also some simple stuff like buffs you, buffs your ally, creates 500, 200-foot stone wall in front of a target. In target area, so transforms you or the target into various things, and some are just plain silly, like permanently transforms you or your target into a new color. I'm really loving these weapons, dang. Oh wow, I'm so fast, I actually outrun the attract effect. That is hilarious. Speed, yeah, plus 223%. Oh yeah, now the really durable guys are coming in. They're nothing I can't handle. I was gonna say, what's that Reaper there? That's from the roulette. Oh yeah, I did also run into the famous turn into potted plant one, although it just said turn into pretty flower for duration. Still, does mean I have the ability to become flowy at some point. Obviously not at will, but shut up. Reach level 50. Excellent. Science rocks. Evolve the science rocks. Shapeshifter. Ooh. Leaves behind excess body parts when damaged and may shift forms. Interesting. Yeah, I know Amogus added a bunch of power up. Power up. I know they added a bunch of different roles and stuff after the streams I watched left, which is good and all. They've been keeping up with the game. They kept up with the game best they could. There's a bit more they can handle to my understanding, but I don't hold that against them whatsoever. Right here. Evolve the just... I'm one... Ghost Lino? Guardian Fina. Evolve the clear debris. Alright, first things first. Another sip of my drink before I dive in. Let's see here. Let's see here. Right. Shapeshifter. I believe this is another one of the imposters, especially since, you know, Vent. I'm not sure what excess body parts means. Is it like the, what's it called? The Mirage Robe upgrade where it can draw aggro? And because the Shapeshifter is another imposter role, it has hide and survive. Let's go with Gallo Tower, I guess. Oh, interesting. The vent sucks enemies in, and their XP is returned. Interesting. Ooh, interesting. Wait, did that heal me? Interesting. Yeah, it's sucking in enemies and leaving behind their XP. Just vent. Vent use is increased by 1. And yeah, the fact it's mostly above or below. Ooh, fire! That's neat. Attract orb. Shadow Servant. Obviously, the more attract orb, the better. No, let's do him. Mirage Robe. Ah, interesting. So the vents left behind just stay behind. And until they suck something in. Interesting. Now that's a very interesting weapon, actually. It's basically leaving behind a landmine, functionally. And there are many applications for that. Mini Shapeshifter. Occasionally fling body parts at enemies. Yeah, all the minis are available at the Amuga stage. Base area up. Ah, so it's the skelly bones that this... I don't remember what all of them do. Do I want more? Yes. Movement speed is definitely one of those abilities you don't really appreciate until you are lacking it. And believe me, I played a lot of characters with minus speed or stuff that gives me penalties of speed, and I quickly learned just how important movement speed is. Free levels and everything. Alright. Allegedly offers better moral support. Yeah, like I said, even if it does absolutely nothing, it's still worth it because it upgrades. Ooh. Oh, I was hoping that the red skelly boys wouldn't revive if killed by the event, but yeah, they can return. Mildly disappointing. Mildly, since I kind of expected, honestly. They're not going to let you easily get rid of the red skellies. That's kind of their whole deal. They don't go away easily. mini shapeshifter. Ooh, I wonder if the upgrade will allow me to teleport between the vent mines I've laid. Oh god. Mini boss. Alright, yeah, that is food, just not a particularly strong one. Yeah, it heals me a little. Just vent. Oh, I should have gotten the Song of Mana, if we're honest. That's actually really good here because it's one of the few weapons that's genuinely vertical focused. And this is a very vertical, horizontal, no, vertical, yeah. Count increased by 2. Free Shadow Servant. Spinach is always going to be good, just for the raw damage. Then again, the vent does seem to be an instant kill. Right, I need to get the engineer if I want to upgrade this, so remember, engineer only. Song of Mana is also a good one. Let's see here. Oh, nice. Ah, the form change into does also affect things. I guess I should realize that. Now let's see here. What else to discuss? I don't want to bore people with just basic build stuff. Although I will say, while I was worried about bugging the GM and my buddies for help on making the build to begin with, since, as I mentioned, this is my first tabletop thing ever. They didn't mind, especially since it would mean a lot less pain later. And indeed, now that we're coming across the end, we're level 7 right now, and I'm told we won't be going past level 10 if even reach that point, so we're probably going in the later half at the very least. But this also means... I'm also kind of sad it's so close to ending, though, if we're completely honest. But I guess that's a good sign, right? It means I was invested. Yeah, a lot of the builds are starting to come together, some of them better than others, and it's making me really glad that I got help on mine, or else I might have experienced problems. Because this is absolutely the kind of game where you want to make sure you have stuff planned out more or less early, to minimize the pain later. It doesn't have to be perfect, of course, and you can adapt as you go along, as I've found, but you at least want to have some idea of what your goal is. which is also why I had no idea. I need the engineer. I want that glass fandango, but no. Song of Mana. Alright, that's all weapons sorted. Now I just need the mini engineer. Technically speaking, I could hold off on mini engineer. No, yeah, that's right. I need Skullomaniac to upgrade 2 items. More enemies and tougher enemies are not ideal, but it upgrades 2 of my items, so my logic is that'll make it worth it. I guess we'll find out soon if that's actually going to be the case. I pretty much went all in on my characters, focus on water and cold damage. Which does make some very clear strengths and weaknesses, but at the same time, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I mean, obviously, I did make sure to get stuff like mage armor, just to be sure I'd have some protection against defenses like that. That said, I do feel like I get a lot more out of mirror images, which basically makes some copies that can take hits for you. That seems to be helping more than just increasing my armor class level. At least that's just my personal experience. These new forms are funky. I like them. Sucks him in. 10% chance to explode. It sounds like fun. Ah, I missed a chest. How embarrassing for me. Ah, there we are. What's this? Unjust ejection. Evolve vent. Sucks in enemies. Ooh, now that's neat. Okay, I'm really liking this one. The vent itself was pretty funny, but basically sucking enemies up the airlock. Now that's satisfying. 14 enemies were ejected. Oh, I love it. Oh, whoops, I can't upgrade the card anymore. Well, that's my problem. 24 enemies were ejected. $115 enemies were ejected. Well, I guess the cooldown reduction is going to be what I want to focus. 114 enemies were ejected. 116 enemies were ejected. 169 enemies were ejected. 143 enemies were ejected. I don't know why, but simply listing the amount of enemies I suck out the airlock feels so much more satisfying. Oh, I forgot about the purple chest. I guess I can try and go for Mad Season real quick. That'd make life easier. Bibble. Okay, so the boss doesn't get immediately killed by it like the regular enemies, but it does cause a very large amount of damage. 194 enemies were ejected. 126 enemies were ejected. Oh yeah, sucking enemies out the airlock is incredibly satisfying. I didn't think I'd like the vent that much beyond the meme potential, but dang, this is really good stuff. And the nice thing is this is actually helping me out a lot, actually, because enemies aren't all... Yeah, enemies are now being pushed somewhere less annoying. I don't think Loki Swipe is great on its own, but I guess it's fine in a vertical playthrough like this. Level up. Unholy Vespers? I'll take it. Alright, we'll finish up Lucky Swipe to get it out of the pool. There we are. 88 enemies were ejected. Mirage Robe. Sadly, for better or for worse, I'm gonna have to max out the Skullomaniac to get the Ophion's upgrade. Ophion upgrade. Unfortunate, but it'll be good. So some enemies were ejected. I'm hoping duration up means that the airlock stays open for longer. get the wings done so they get pulled out of here. 155 enemies were ejected. Okay, good. This is one of the better ones I could have asked for. Alright, so I'm guessing the vent doesn't actually instantly kill, since it takes until they upgrade the Okion to do that. What it probably does, it deals damage to the enemies, like, you know, like the mine comparison I made it to. And if it actually kills them, they get sucked in, you know, for flavor. Works for me. Oh, wonderful. Jedi. No. That doesn't heal me too much, but doesn't need to. Oh my, I'm taking a lot of damage for some reason. Oh no, this is not good. Gotta be careful. Can't die now. Well, Metaglio. The Metaglio left needs to be maxed out ASAP so I can heal. Yeah, those enemies are not dying instantly from the ejection. That's tricky. Ooh. Jackpot. Oh, wonderful. A menage. In a purely vertical run like this, and a mostly vertical run like this, that's gonna be wonderful. Yeah, the fact those guys take a few hits for dying is not helping matters. There we are. Alright, health and recovery are up. Alright, I want to try and win this one, so I'm gonna go with the floor chicken. Alright, here we are, almost to 20 minutes. Here we go. Once that happens, I'll get all the XP, and then I can level up again, I think. Yep. Few level ups, actually. Probably should buy the curse upgrades if we're honest. More enemies means more... Well, it does suck that they have more health and damage. They still grant more XP. More of them means more XP, and that means faster leveling. And early game leveling is really, really important. This one's perfect, actually. I am having a good time, I can tell you that much. And this is actually not the most can't see shit captain that I've ever been playing through, so that's good. XP, 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 XP. Oh yeah, I guess I could mention that. I might have mentioned one of the earlier streams, but the way our team is handling level ups is rather than go by experience or encounters or whatever, the GM just has everyone level at once upon reaching certain events or thresholds. Seems about as good an excuse as any, I guess. Ah, good. Now I can pick something to upgrade. I probably should have grabbed one of the others, but then again, I didn't want to deal with cursed items, because this is actually a bit of a tough crack back. I could go with something with no upgrades. That's good even if not upgraded. Garlic seems like a good one since that... Oh, actually, garlic reduces enemy knockback, doesn't it? That could be extremely useful. Then again, I don't know if that affects the suction ability. It may be easier to go with something else. Like, Life Science Scan is probably good regardless of what I do. Science Rocks are a bit more work than it's worth it. Sharp Tongue would be thematic for this particular character. Victory Sword is good with the upgrade or not, as is Silverwind. What do I... Okay, I haven't gotten that in a while. And it doesn't have an upgrade that I'm aware of. It's entirely possible it has an upgrade, I've simply never gotten it after all this time. That is entirely possible. "300 enemies were ejected," wow. 72 enemies were ejected. Lots of enemies ejected. One more enemy ejected. Maybe I should have gone with the Silver Wind just because that offers healing. I don't think it does, because there's no achievement for it, and there's always an achievement for upgrading a weapon if it has one. This is probably going to be, yeah, it's probably going to be like the bone of the cherry bomb and etc., where the character that gets it will just get a super mode later to make up for it. Because not all, well, most items in the game upgrade, not all of them do. Maybe when I played the engineer, I should have made more Team Fortress 2s. Then again, I haven't actually played Team Fortress 2 in quite a while. If you're wondering why, let me put it this way. Half-Life 1 had more content and quality of life upgrades than this in last year for the anniversary compared to Team Fortress 2, which had in the past 5 years. So, yeah, 1 year for Half-Life was more updates than Team Fortress in 5, so... And as a reminder, Team Fortress 2 has always been in the top 10 most played games on Steam since it came out in 2007. It has never left that point, so if you're wondering why people are so bothered about that, there you go. Yeah, the giant enemy crab. A rather overdone meme, and actually an old one now that I think about it. I'm not sure how many will even get the reference anymore. Then again, I did make a reference to the anime Big O in one Discord server a while ago, and people actually got it, so who knows. Basically, people were talking about butlers, and I decided to bring up Norman. Gotta be careful, these enemies are tough, and this stupid drowning Reaper is not helping. Yeah, if you're wondering why I'm not turning off the roulette, it's because while it can help me, it can also hurt me like this, as you can see. Crap, I have to keep going. Well, I beat the final boss of the area. I just have to survive to 30 minutes and I win. I have noticed when changing forms, a different effect drops, so that's pretty neat, actually. Different forms. I imagine they're all from the game. Again, I haven't been keeping up with it, but good to know they've made some plenty of fun updates in my absence. Having all the shrimp get pulled over there is actually pretty funny. I guess another nice thing about the Amogus crossover weapons is because the minis are effectively used up by the upgrades. They're basically a weapon you don't need a passive for. Granted, they likely won't get additional weapons, unlike a lot of the other passive items where you can potentially get multiple weapons upgraded by the same one. Still, good to know. So, pull up through here. You're trying to think of funny events from the game, but a lot of them, well, some of them require context and can't probably be explained. Oh, actually, one funny event with the Wabbajack was when I decided to test it out, and when I rolled it, I was told specify a target. I asked for a volunteer, but our oracle just said to target a bird or something. That led to immediate onset leprosy. That poor bird just got completely obliterated. So, yeah. It has that. Oh yeah, once we were fighting a giant robot enemy, and I used the staff, and I was teleported to where I was yesterday at the same time. The day prior, we had been traveling through the desert to reach the town, so yeah, I was basically warped to the middle of the desert and had to walk all the way back except we were guarding a caravan at the time, so we had supplies and such, so that was fun. Luckily, when I got back, people were very understanding. Apparently, teleportation magic gone wrong is kind of common in my line of work. We shall ignore that sorcerers don't really research magic. They just kind of awaken from their ancestry, bloodline, and stuff. What's going on with the Red Reaper? Oh, there we are. Had trouble finding me, it looked like. Alrighty. Excellent. We can now unlock Just Vent. Evolve the Just Vent. Defeat one enemy with Ghost Lino. Can't damage or deal damage. Disappears after the time limit. Ignores walls. Unlock. Condition defeat one enemy. Actually, what are the other unlocks here? Reach level 50 with Guardian Pina. Evolve the clear debris. Alright. Ghost Lino seems like it might be a bit tricky since it says you can't deal damage or take damage. I imagine you're supposed to do that use a rosary or something. But I can probably worry about that later because right now I'm pretty tired and it's been a little under 3 hours. So you know what? I think this will be a good time to call it. Alright. Well, until next time, thank you for watching. Hope you had a good time, and I'll see you later.